everybody? It's Hen.
In line.
And we are back with another episode of
Chop It Up. Chop it up.
Hey.
Chop it up. Chop
it up, y'all.
So today we have another episode of Chop It Up for you guys. And it is just as explosive as the ones that we have read previously. So we don't even really need much of an introduction. We can just hop right into it, right, Ben?
Let's get right in.
All right. Here's the situation. So I knew this guy for years since I was 14 and he was 23. He liked me at the time, but for the age gap at the time, we remained friends throughout the years, and he's been an excellent friend, more than a best friend actually. He has 2 children, a daughter who's 11 and a son who's 15. We always had great understanding of each other, so fast forward from then until now, I'm 24 and he's 33. In April 2018, we decided to be a couple. We were a couple for 3 months and then he asked me to marry him. I said yes. We then got married in November 2018. It was a bit quick, but we love each other and know everything about each other. But the problem is that he lives in Jamaica and I live in England. What in the world? I moved here when I was 15. I visited quite a lot and always see him when I visit. Now that we're married, we began arguing a lot from January of this year, 2019, and it's always about the fact that he falls asleep on the phone every night or that we don't spend enough time talking. We spoke about how it makes me feel and all, but that problem still remains the same. Our nightly conversations never have more than 10 minutes because he works. When he gets home, he has to cook for the children, etc. All that parental responsibility is on him. I do understand that, but I can't help to feel like I'm not getting enough time with him anymore. Since December, he constantly sleeps on the phone. His excuse is that he's tired, but it was never like this before we got married. And because this relationship is long distance, we need that communication. We hardly have any romantic talk because he's always sleep on the phone. What the heck is up with him sleeping on the phone? I can't schedule. Talk. Yeah, I guess like phone
old.
sex. That's true, but I mean, they decided to be in a long distance relationship. I can't schedule for a daytime talk because we both work and time difference. Oh, makes it even more harder. That's true. He doesn't seem as romantic as he used to be before we got married. I need help. I need some advice about what I can do to keep this marriage going. We love each other so much. He's a great guy and we're still newly married. Here are my questions. How do I get him to be more romantic like he used to be in the marriage? Can you give me some relationship tips to keep a long distance relationship going? Lon, how do you and Henry sort your issues out after an argument? And how do I get him to stop sleeping on the phone? It's driving me crazy. I don't think she want to hear what I got to say.
It's a lot to unfold in this one.
Yeah, I don't... So we got a long distance marriage. She's in England. He's in Jamaica. They have a time difference. Their only form of communication is talking on the phone, probably like FaceTime. He constantly falls asleep on the phone.
I'm still caught up.
And he's a single parent.
I'm caught up on so many different red flags. The first red flag was he was 23, you was 14 when y'all started.
Well, they didn't start dating back then.
Right, it wasn't. But they had a friendship that turned into a. I mean, that piece I don't quite understand. And then you fast forward, he's 33 now with a 15-year-old and an 11-year-old. Where is their mom?
She's not in the picture.
Is she in Jamaica or is she? Like I would want to. Where is she? Right, I want to know that.
Where is she?
Because two kids, and within a 4-year time period. So I would want to know where she is.
But at the same time, they are older, so it's like you talking about as far as like how people like creep with their baby mothers and baby fathers. You saying like is he dipping back in? Yeah. I was saying I could give him the benefit of the doubt on that one just because his children are older. I feel like if they really broke up, that was 11, they had their last child 11 years ago. And yeah, people still dip in and out, but I feel like that's more common when you have children. I mean, I don't know. I don't know the statistics, but I'm just saying you see that a lot when people have children that are younger, but it's like 15 and 11 and you still going back and forth with your baby mother. What are you doing?
Yeah. I mean, he's so then I want to get into, and then I'm just trying to make sure I got all of the pieces that I need to hit on. Then I want to get into, you said that he is working overnight. Her during the day is his during the night, right?
Oh, that's what you mean. Like as far as a time difference, he works at night.
So what I'm saying is, who's with the kids when he's at work if he's by himself?
They probably in school. They're 15 and 11 years old.
At night?
No, it's not at night. He doesn't work at night as far as Jamaica time. he works at night according to her because she's in England.
She didn't say
so
that.
the time difference, he works during the day. But her time difference is at night. Okay. Yeah. Naturally, she would probably reference it as night because she's talking in her time zone. So it may feel like it's
time zones apart?
I don't know. Let's see. Jamaica time zone is us. So it's 8:43 a.m. And what's the England time zone?
I forgot she was in England.
So they're not that much of a difference.
5 hours.
It's just a 5-hour difference. So right now. Okay, so it's 8:43 a.m. and
1:43 p.m. there
in Jamaica, but that could definitely
8:43 a.m. in Jamaica, 1:43 in England.
So it gets darker and later for her. So she's probably up waiting for him to get off work, and she could probably go into
so it wouldn't matter if it was nighttime on her side, because it would be daytime for him. So it has to be that it's nighttime for him. So 8, 9 o'clock p.m. for her, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2 in the morning.
Yeah, she's probably waiting around until he's getting ready to be ready to talk. And then when she finally talked to him, he falls asleep. And it's just like a slap in the face for her because I done waited till 2 o'clock in the morning and then you fall asleep on me.
So where you want to start? Because
I
think we start at the long distance relationship. 2 different countries.
Oh, we talking about long distance. Look, I got too much to say, okay? Because we're going to have to did this marriage at this point. I am so sorry because I just feel like, first of all, you're in England. He lives in Jamaica. Is that even realistic for a marriage? That is just a little weird to me. Personally, I would have probably waited until we could be in the same state together.
But that's not always.
That's not always. But
convenient.
You're talking to me about England and Jamaica. Y'all in 2 different time zones, and that's partially the reason that's making up the miscommunications in y'all marriage.
Like, is there any point where you see yourself living together, or is this
always going to be long distance?
Is this supposed to be always the dynamic?
That's a great question.
Long distance.
That's a great
because
because people do it.
If you were doing it and you had like a means to an end, like, all right, y'all, in 2 years we're gonna be
right.
But forever.
Yeah, no.
Forever phone relationship. That's tough.
Yeah, and like people do it like in the military and stuff like that, but like what reason do you have to live in a total different country as your spouse? That's just a little weird to me. Are you guys even legally married? Like, where did y'all get married? You know what I'm saying? How, in what state or country are you legally married in? Whatever.
I wouldn't say it's weird, but I would just say it's different.
Yeah. My next point is, because then you have situations like this. I personally couldn't do it, but that's just me. My next point is, I think he's cheating on you, honestly, just to be quite frank. When I first read this, I told Henry, these are the same games I used to run on my old boyfriend in college.
These are the same games I used to run on my old boyfriend in college.
Yes, I told you that. I'm not even joking. Yes.
You used to run games? I did too.
When I was in college and I had a boyfriend who lived back at home and I really didn't want to be with him anymore, should have just broke up with him. And I had a little boo on campus. I was absolutely falling asleep on the phone with him.
She woke now. That's how she woke now.
He's so stupid.
Yeah,
I was doing that. What do you mean you falling asleep? That's like one of the easiest tricks in the book. You keep falling asleep. Your children is 15 and 11 years old and they can't, especially a 15-year-old, they can't fend for themselves when they get home. As far as something like small, like a snack, there gotta be time where they at least sitting down doing their homework. He can't call you during then. It just sounds like a bunch of excuses. And when you give me a bunch of excuses, it sounded like a bunch of lies to me, in my opinion, honestly.
Exactly.
I think he's cheating. Because it don't add up. And when things don't add up, they're lying. That's my point.
I mean, what I would do if I was you, I don't know if you got a couple dollars where you can get a plane ticket.
Oh, surprise him or
spin the bin.
Surprise.
Pull up on him. I'll pull up on him.
Nah. Don't do that unless you are really ready to see what's going on.
Yeah, you better be ready. And what you need to do is make sure that you arrive around that same time that you would normally call.
Oh my
And when he say give you that 10 minutes, boom, 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 boom.
After he give you the 10 minutes and he falls asleep.
Knock on the door.
No. No, that's bad advice.
Bro, I thought you were
asleep.
asleep. To that. No, that's if you want to really know the truth.
That's if you are not afraid to literally get your heart broken and your face shattered in a country that you are not even familiar with. Don't do that. You better bring a friend, and then after that, have a vacation plan so y'all can just.
But here's the thing, like Lon said, like guys make time
for what they want to make time for.
What they want to make time,
Okay.
and I'm sure he was making time for you prior to.
That's what she said.
Getting
He
married.
was.
So,
it just started.
You know, that over the phone sex or whatever you want to call it, it gets old. It gets old, and you know, it's hard to be romantic, not being in person. So I mean, it's tough. That's a tough situation to be in. I honestly think you gotta really evaluate if this is going, like, what is the end game. Like, if the end game is for y'all to be together in person, then I mean, you got something to look forward to. But if not,
it's a dead mission. But in the event that you do want to stay married, you do want to continue your long distance marriage, you did ask us, how do I get him to be more romantic like he used to? And can we give you some tips on how to like manage your long distance marriage? So I would say to kind of keep the romance going, it's all about the digital technology, because you guys are in a long distance. You have to provide those fantasies from a far distance. So I would say make them some sexy videos, take some sexy pictures. Yeah, all that. You're gonna have to do all that.
that's a good idea.
Have phone sex. I mean, you're gonna have to do all that. And then for the romance part, maybe send them some, I mean, maybe not flowers, but like send them some edible arrangements to tell them that you're thinking about them. Send them a card in the mail to let them know that you're thinking about them.
Here's the thing, sir. You don't want to be the one doing.
No, I told her to get out. I told her to get out because I don't think it's true.
Then that can become even more annoying, like
That they're not
almost like you're not getting the message.
right.
So you just be careful with that. I know Long gave you some great ideas that and we can implement them too.
I'm screaming.
But what's the next question you said was on
We
there?
already answered. Oh, give us some relationship tips to keep the long distance relationship going.
I mean, I think you guys need to schedule some times to maybe go on a vacation together.
Yeah. Meet halfway somewhere.
Yeah, at least if you can meet up and rekindle the fire and then go y'all separate ways and set, at least you have something to look forward to. I would set that up like 2 or 3 times a year if you can.
2 or 3 times a year?
Yeah, once a quarter.
Oh no. We need to be, oopsie, the light went out, if you guys see a difference in in quality. We need to be scheduling every month. I should be able to see you.
Oh no, I can't afford that.
That's what you got into.
I got 2 kids.
Every month, meaning we switch off on months when we spend the money to come see the other person.
How much money that we got? How much did it cost us from Jamaica to England?
Well, when I was looking up flights, because we think about going on a trip, England is always the cheapest place to go. Any place in Europe is always the cheapest place to go from New York. 300. You can't afford a $350 plane ticket?
Might not.
Oh, well, then that's not my problem. We don't need to be in this marriage, because at the end of the day, regardless if we like it or not, the communication and the money are huge factors in a long distance relationship. If you don't have the money to go see your significant other, if you don't have the communication, an iPhone to keep the FaceTime going, a computer, it's not going to work. What? Oh.
It has worked without money.
So my final thoughts to close this out is that, honestly, I think that he is unfaithful, and all the signs, when I was reading the email, I felt like all the signs show, and I told you it's the same thing I used to do in college. Somehow, some way, I think you need to get down to the bottom of his faithfulness.
Crazy stuff.
I don't know how you will be able to do that, but I think that needs to be addressed, period. And then if y'all gonna stay together, I feel like, like I said, the digital communication is excellent. Videos, pictures, and trips to London or to Jamaica or somewhere in the middle that you guys can meet. What are your final thoughts, Ben?
I think those summed it up very well. Talking about taking them trips, I think you summed it up very well.
All right, well.
So with that, guys, we need to hear. I need more advice from you guys.
So much going on.
Leave your comments down below what you think should happen. If you agreed, because some of the stuff Lon was saying today was a little far-fetched. But if you agreed or disagreed, let us know how you feel about long-distance relationships and what that looks like.
Yeah.
Make sure you like and subscribe. Click that subscribe button if you're not already an HL family member. We're almost at 30,000 HL family members, and we got a surprise when we get to 30,000. So keep in lockstep with us.
As always, our Instagram handles are right there in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, so you can follow us on all of our Instagrams. We'll see you on Sunday and Monday for another vlog, on Wednesday with Cooking with Lauren.
And don't forget, every Friday at 7 o'clock p.m., you'll catch an episode of
Chop it up, chop it up,
Oh.
chop it up,
Chop it up, y'all.
Peace.